Alright guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at a case that I originally did not have very high hopes for, but when I got it in, I was completely wrong about the case. Today we are taking a look at the Pitaka UltraGuard for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now, huge shout out to Pitaka for sending this over to me to review for you guys. The price on this case is $79.99, but of course all links are down in the description below for you guys to check it out. So taking a look at the packaging, very nice looking Pitaka packaging. It does say Pitaka here. You get a picture of your case. This is the Aramid UltraGuard case woven from Aramid fiber. So you get full Aramid fiber with TPU protection, easy to use camera control button, MagSafe compatible. You get a little more info on the back. So to open this up, Pitaka's always stepping up their packaging, man. I really like this. So opening this up, you just kind of pull it out of here, set that off to the side. Here we are going to get a little brochure about their Orca protection. So feel free to pause that and read that for yourself. And let's take a look at the case. So this is all we get, and set that to the side. So you are going to get a completely Aramid fiber case with TPU backing, and it's going to be a nice solid TPU. It's going to have a nice stiff fit. You are getting your camera plateau there with a little bit of metal lining on the inside for extra protection. Now going around to the inside, we have this nice like foam material here. You are going to get your MagSafe and alignment magnet there, and then TPU material going all the way around the inside of the case here, as well as a glass camera control button. So we will take a look at that in a second. But for right now, let's go ahead and bring over our scale, our caliper. You guys know the drill. Let's make sure we get the weight of this thing. So we are looking at 37 grams on this case. Measuring from front to back, we are looking at 11.2. With our camera plateau, we have 14.7. And then from side to side, we are looking at 3 millimeters exactly. So this is not going to be a super thick or heavy case. I've actually been using this the last few days since I got back home from vacation, and I've really been enjoying this case. I could not believe it. I thought it was just, you know, guys know, in my videos lately, I've just kind of had some bad experience with some Pitaka cases. I did recently do the ultra slim cases, which I will leave at the end of this video, which one of them didn't fit so well, but the rest of them fit very, very well. So definitely make sure you check that video out. But this case has been really, really nice. But let's go ahead and bring over that cosmic orange iPhone 17 Pro Max, and we'll put it in here. Listen out for that click. Very, very solid click onto the case there, onto the phone. I always say that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the fit of this. So starting off on the sides, barely any movement. Around your camera controller and your buttons, you are going to get a little bit of movement there. Top is pretty good, bottom is pretty good. And then let's go ahead and check out those corners. Well, let's do that one again. Hold on. 1, good. 2, 3, and 4. All 4 corners are going to have a very nice click onto the phone. The sides fit well, top and bottom. Everything is fitting really, really good with this case, which is a huge plus. And also, this thing is pretty slim. I mean, you guys saw the measurements there, front to back. It was a pretty slim case. This is a protective case, but definitely does not feel like it is a protective case. It is very nice and slim, so I've really been enjoying that. But let's take a look at that screen and camera protection. So let me wipe all this fingerprints and stuff off of this case real quick, off the phone. Now I am using a full coverage tempered glass screen protector, and we barely get a screen lip with this case. That's kind of the biggest downside that I've seen with this case, is that you don't really get that screen protection. Now, you can still set this down on its screen on a flat surface and you'll be good to go. But Pitaka, I would love to see a little bit more of a screen lip on this case. Otherwise though, that is what you're getting with the screen. And then taking a look at that camera protection, that plateau protection right there. There, everything is looking good. So we can set this down on most surfaces and you will be just fine. Now, one thing about Aramid fiber, guys, this is going to be a little bit of a fingerprint magnet. So if that bothers you, carry around a little microfiber cleaning cloth, go into the bathroom, wet a little damp paper towel, wipe it down, you'll be all right. Don't worry too much about the fingerprints though. That's kind of what you always get with Aramid fiber. Let's go ahead and take a look around the sides of the case. So starting off with the top, we are closed in here. On the left-hand side, we are going to get our action button, volume up and down, and the rest of it is closed there. Let's listen to these buttons. Now, these are standalone buttons, so let's listen to how they sound. Nice, clicky buttons. Really no complaints when it comes to those. Moving on to the bottom, you're going to have your cutouts for your mic and your speaker. Nice wide open USB-C port, so we can go ahead and bring over a little cable here. Plug that in, everything is good to go. Look at all that space you get. So all of your thicker head cables will fit in here with no issues. And then moving along to the right-hand side, we do have our camera control button and our power button right here. Now, one thing about the camera control button, I just noticed that right there, it kind of bulges out just a little tiny bit. Maybe that's because I was sitting here and flexing them. You know, nobody's going to sit there and go like this and stuff like that. So I don't think that's going to be an issue on anybody else's case. But anyways, taking a look, go ahead and test that out. And we are getting a very solid camera control button there. Go ahead and go over, take our little picture here. Click that. Boom. And there we go. Let's make that, okay, I guess it won't be vertical. Very nice, no problems with the camera control button. Everything works really well, which makes me happy because so many companies this year are stepping up and giving us amazing camera control buttons. I'm all here for it. But anyways, let's go ahead and test out that MagSafe. So we'll start off with our Apple MagSafe wallet, attach that. There's our animation, and this case is gonna have some pretty good MagSafe on it, guys. Even though the aramid fiber right here is a little bit soft, which I actually did not talk about that. There's really no texture when it comes to the aramid fiber on this case, on the sides or on the back. But even with your MagSafe wallet, everything is just fine. Bringing over our Apple MagSafe battery pack, animation, no animation, but it is charging though. And give it a shake. You'll be good to go with this. And finally, our 623, pick it up. Give it a little bit of a shake and it'll come off. Give it a little bit of a shake like that and you'll be just fine. So all your nightstand chargers, your car mounts, all that fun stuff, all your accessories will work perfectly fine with this case. Even if you hit a pothole, if you have a good car mount, good MagSafe, you'll be all right with this case. Everything will be fine. So B, what do you think about the Pitaka UltraGuard case? One thing real quick about Pitaka's naming with that, they have the UltraGuard and they also have the ProGuard case, which we will be doing a review on very soon. Make sure you get subscribed for that. I feel like the namings are just a little bit backwards. It's okay. Not a big deal. Doesn't really take any points off of either of the cases. But I feel like this should be the ProGuard. The other one should be the UltraGuard because it has beefier corners. Like, it looks a lot more rugged. You know what I mean? So, Pitaka, maybe you guys can evaluate those two names real quick. I would switch this to the ProGuard, that one to the UltraGuard. But, you know, I digress. Doesn't really matter when we're talking about it right now. Anyways, B, what do you think? I think it's a great case. Loving it, right? So, holding it, not a pinky destroyer at all. You're getting a nice fit on here. It fits very well. Super tight, clean fit. It doesn't have any texture on the side. So at first, I felt it was a little bit slippery, but now I really have no problems. I haven't dropped it a single time on, by accident, on purpose. I don't drop my phones on purpose, but haven't had this fall out of my hands at all. Even though it's not really textured, you will be just fine when it comes to this case. At first, it's a little slippery. Give it a few minutes, you'll get used to it, and it is just fine. I'll tell you guys if a case is too slippery for me. Go check it out on the channel. You'll see the receipts. But all around, very nice case. You're getting good MagSafe, good protection, a very nice and slim profile on this case. It looks really nice, looks very good. It does have a little bit of Pitaka branding right there on the top. No problems though, it's barely visible. I'd rather that than having a huge logo here on the back. It's going to be a little bit of a fingerprint magnet, but that's not a big deal. That's all aramid cases, really. Doesn't really matter. But all around, I have been loving this case. Now, the price on it is $79.99, in my opinion, is a tad bit too high. But if you're looking for one really good aramid case, especially if you can find this on sale anywhere, either on Pitaka's website or on Amazon, which, like I said, both links are down in the description below, this is definitely worth it to pick up, guys. I've really been enjoying the Pitaka UltraGuard case. I'm definitely going to keep using it because nice and slim, but it feels protective, if you know what I mean. That should make sense to you guys who watch my channel. It is slim, but it's got a great fit on here. Everything is A1. The only real downside is just that there's a little bit too little of a screen lip. So Pitaka, I'd love to see it just tiny bit more of a screen lip on there. But like I said, setting it down on a flat surface, you will be just fine. But let me know what you guys think about the Pitaka UltraGuard case down in the comments below. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. This feels like old Pitaka. This feels like the iPhone 13, iPhone 12 series Pitaka Pro cases. This is what this feels like, and I am all here for it because I've been loving this case. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. That goes a really long way for me and allows me to make these videos for you. And if you guys want to see my review of the Pitaka Ultra Slim cases, which I definitely have a lot of thoughts on, I'll leave that video right here. If you guys want to see my full review of the iPhone 17 Pro Max after using it as my main phone for a month, I'll leave that video right here.